In order to factor this quadratic, it's a quadratic because the highest power is at 2. That makes it a quadratic. Now, to factor this quadratic, you're trying to find two binomials that multiply to get this. And there's a little trick that's really cool we use to factor. And the trick is basically you put that 12 on top, you put the last number on top, and then you're going to put the middle number on the bottom. And then from there, you're trying to find two numbers. You're trying to think of two numbers that multiply together to get the top. Again, you're trying to multiply to get the top and add to get the bottom. So two numbers that multiply to get 12 and add to get negative 7. So two numbers that multiply to get 12. 12 and 1. 12 and 1 won't give you negative 7. Okay. Next, 2 and 6. 2 plus 6, 2 minus 6. That won't get you negative 7. So 2 doesn't work. 3 and 4. Oh, if I took negative 3 times negative 4, that would give you 12, and negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. So that works. And what you do then is you take these two values, and this is what we call factored form. You would take those two values, the negative 3 and the negative 4, and you put x negative 3, x negative 4, which is x minus 3, x minus 4. And this right here is called factored form of this. And what I mean by factored form is if I were to FOIL this out, meaning if I did FOIL for this, you'd get x squared. This times this would be negative 4x. This times this would be negative 3x. This times this would be 12. And when you combine these, you get negative 7x, 12. So this is the same as this. So we're basically, what we're doing is breaking up into its two factors using this little x thing. Now, for this one, you do the same thing. Again, that's a negative 28 on top, and the 3 goes on the bottom. From there, you're trying to find two numbers that multiply to get negative 28 and add to get 3. So 1 and 28, no. 2 and 14, no. 7 and 4, ooh, if I did 7 and 4, since that's negative right here, one of these has to be negative. So if I made that a negative 4 and a positive 7, when you add those, you get 3. When you multiply those, you get negative 28. You got to be good with multiplying in order to do this thing. Really good with your multiplication, because you always want to focus on what multiplies to get this, and then check to see when you add or subtract them if you get 3 at the bottom. So again, you always check what multiplies to get the top. See over here, we checked which one of these multiply to get that. Anywho, this works, so my answer simply is x plus 7, x minus 4. There's my answer. If I was to FOIL this out, I'd go back to here. This is called factored form.